small business owners. It's Marlo. You already know your favorite podcast host. Yes, I said it, your favorite. Welcome back to Small Business Radio Detroit, where we uncover the real stories and strategies behind small business. Today's episode is titled Cleaning with a Mission, the real work. Okay, real work behind commercial, residential, and post construction excellence. And trust me, this conversation is going to wipe away a lot of misconceptions about the cleaning industry. Our guest, Candace Brown, founder and CEO of M2S Cleaning Services, is a powerhouse brand that really specializes in commercial, residential, and post construction cleaning around Southern California. But make no mistake, this isn't just about sweeping floors. Candace is building something much deeper. She has a business really rooted in reliability, professionalism, and purpose. And with a background that blends grit and strong business values, she's earned a reputation for showing up, getting the job done right, okay? Because we don't need nothing half clean. My mama didn't play that. Getting it right the first time and leaving every space better than she found it. So, from construction site cleanups to luxury home detailing and office maintenance, M2S isn't just cleaning spaces. They're really creating a peace of mind for homeowners, contractors, and business owners alike. Okay, so today we will explore the story behind M2S with Miss Candace Brown, the challenges of pricing in today's economy, the power of consistency, right? Having strong customer service, and really how she's navigating the operations and staffing as her company is growing, right? Cleaning is often an overlooked industry. So we'll be diving into strategy and really how to land those commercial contracts, hire the right team, and stand out in a saturated market. So, if you are a business owner, if you're a contractor, if you're an aspiring entrepreneur, and you're just wondering how to build something from the ground up, literally and figuratively, this episode is for you. So, without further ado, honey, let's get into it. Good morning, Candace. How are you doing on this fine Sunday?
Good. Thank you for asking.
Yes, definitely, definitely. Well, thank you so much for coming on Small Business Radio Detroit. We really value your time today, and we're looking forward to learning more about you, your company, everything that you're doing in the community, creating clean spaces, and really just looking at the real work behind commercial, residential, and post-construction excellence. So really, we really want to set the tone. We know that the cleaning industry is often an overlooked market. So to start off, I want to learn a little bit more about how you got into this space, how you got started. So tell me a little bit more about your story. Like, what is M2S Cleaning Services? What does that stand for? What does that mean to you? What are you setting out to achieve with your company today?
Okay, no problem. So I'm originally from Augusta, Georgia. Been here in Atlanta since 2005. I started off working warehouse work. It was nowhere near the line of cleaning. I actually fell in love with cleaning in 2012 when I worked for Mary Maids. Mary Maids in Marietta was one of the most awesomest companies that I could have ever worked for. That made me look at cleaning in a different light. Like I love helping people. It puts a smile on my face to see them, like if you're in a serious situation for hugging, just I'm an emotional person.
Yes, me too.
So I love to see that realness of people, that side of people when you help them out and they're like, "Oh my God, this is just perfect. This
Yes.
helped me. I feel a sense of clarity and peace and so I fell in love with it in 2012. And during the process of working, I worked with an amazing team of women that are like family, and we're still very close to this day.
Yes.
And I think in 2017, I branched out and I was like, it was like June 2017. I was like, I need to make this a business. And we came out with M2S Cleaning Services, which is made to shine cleaning services.
Okay. Yes.
Um,
I love it.
yes. And when we came out with that business, I was honest with my boss at the time. I told him, I said, I want to venture out and do other things. He was completely understanding of it. Of course, he hated to lose me,
Yeah.
but he was completely understanding and just grew. When I tell you, June 2017, by December, we had took off. Within the first 3 months, we took off, and I was like, "Whoa,
Yes. I mean,
yeah."
hey, that's how we all want that thing to happen.
Yeah, I was like, what the? So I wasn't expecting to take off that quick, and it did. And everything that we went through was a learning situation. We had to learn ourselves. We had to learn self-employment, how to have a work-life balance. It
Yes.
was extremely hard. I will say this to anybody that starts out a business. It's extremely hard. Don't think anything about self-employment is easy. It's
Yes.
not. So just imagine coming from working 7 days to limiting your days during the week. And now you have weekends by appointment only and like same day appointments for people that call same day. So
Yes.
you have to open up your mind and see if this is something that you really want to do. People just start cleaning because, oh, it's a less expensive thing to do. True, but it's very expensive now. I think it's expensive
Yes.
to
Yes.
start a cleaning services now more
Yes.
than ever. And to keep that regular clientele, especially getting clientele, keeping it up in these times now, with
Exactly.
everything going on.
Yes, and you really have to stand out. And I want to say I love the name Made to Shine. I
Thank you.
Yes, that speaks volumes. I tell everyone when you're creating a company and you're choosing a name, like your name is very important. I mean, that's
Yeah.
literally the first impression. That's immediately people are going to develop a perception just based off of the company name. Like people say all the time, "Oh, I love the crafted pen. That's catchy." Like people
Mm,
really care about that. So Made to Shine, it's like in my mind, oh yeah, it's gonna be spotless. Ain't no, it ain't gonna be like when Mama woke you up at
mm.
2 because you still had dishes in the sink.
There you go. That's what I try to tell people. We are very detailed and thorough, and it's a lot of people out here that are the same. These cleaning services, I give them kudos. I'm one of the type of people, I'm for everybody. Getting to that money, whatever way that they can. And I've always been like that. I've never been one of the type of people to just keep everything for myself. I'm honest in that sense of I want you to feel a sense of comfort and I want you to feel like you can talk to me about anything. I'm not just your cleaner. We can chop it up. About anything. I'm very open minded, and we can talk about why the sky is blue and the grass is green. We're gonna come up
Exactly.
with a whole scenario.
Yes, exactly. So with that in mind, because I was going to ask next, I'm really starting to get a real warm and welcoming feel just from you. So I
Mm.
imagine that's really what the customer experience is when they're working with you or contracting with you for a different project. So tell us a little bit more about your company's mission and core values, and how do you feel that your mission and values influence your day to day and set you apart from others in this industry.
So for the day to day, I know that we are very so it comes with it's a team of two.
Hmm.
We have we have open vacancies to where we do 1099 contract work out, but I'm very fickle. I'm very fickle about just giving work to anybody. I know in this world you have to set out and branch out. I don't understand how to let it go.
Right. Right.
Then give it full control to somebody else. That's just a big thing that I have because I know how I am and I
Yeah.
want the next person to be just like me, but that's not going to always be.
Right.
Our core values are we are very detailed, thorough, and it's the same team every time that comes into your home. That because a lot of people they want the same team. They
Yes.
don't want like multiple people coming in their house all the time because they got to feel like they're gonna sit here and have to tell that person the same thing, and every time. So I can understand where that gets a little bit frustrating for
Yeah. And it's
people.
crazy. And that helps it to be more personal. Because hey, if you talk to them last week when you clean, like you were mentioning, making it more of like an open dialogue type of experience, you want to be able to pick up on that last conversation. Plus, they just feel more comfortable. They're safer. It's the same person,
Right.
not new strangers. So yeah, I love that. Love that.
Yes. And I love to cater to the customer. When I say cater to the customer, that makes us different from a lot of cleaning services. You don't get a lot of cleaning services. They may have the skill when they don't use it or they haven't found their clientele niche yet. But we open up our doors. We're not just a cleaning service. So if you need, do your cats need to be fed? Did you forget to feed your cats the day before you left for work? Call us. Did
Right.
you forget to feed your dog? Call us.
Right.
Do you need something picked up from Walgreens and you feel like Uber is a little bit more expensive? Call us.
Right.
It's like that.
Right. Right.
We're the type of people, we do a lot of customer pleasing. We
Yes.
love to pick up the paper, put it in the house, pick up the packages, even get the mail. We have people that'll be like, I'm so sorry to disturb you. Do you think you can go by my house and get my trash can and pull
Right.
it back? It's like, because they're saying at HOA, we're
Yes.
that type of cleaning service. We don't have a problem. And it's not all about the money either. We love customer pleasing. And that is one of the biggest things that sets us apart from a lot of cleaning services. We also change light bulbs.
Okay.
We will change knobs if you need us to. Oh, you have a knob. I saw you had a knob that was broke. I went to Home Depot. I went and got the lady a knob and I went and put it back on. Didn't even tell her. And she just got home. She was so appreciative. I'm one
Oh,
of them type people.
yes. And see, listen, I'm telling you, because if somebody come out, one of the things my clients have always said is that the reason why I referred this person to you, or the reason why I came back again for your services, is because you go the extra mile. Like people want
Mm-hmm.
to feel taken care of, and like
Yes.
you said, like outside of the revenue, outside of the monetary gain, there is so much more that goes into it, so much more of a reward. So kind of tell me and define what success normally looks like. Like when you're working with the client, I know you mentioned changing the light bulbs, pulling the garbage can back for them, just doing those extra things that they're not really expecting. How do you know, or what indicators do they give you outside of them paying you the bill that your job was immaculate, or that you've been successful in meeting or exceeding their expectations?
It's always the word of mouth for me. They'll always refer us to family and friends, and I always tell people just be prepared for never to just not always get the business because your pricing may be higher than normal or they may budget. We also work with subscription services and things that can make it cheap and affordable for you, like Affirm, Klarna, and Afterpay.
Got it. Got it.
So don't just think Affirm, Klarna, and Afterpay is something that you have to do. You can also talk with us, and we can come up with a budget for what you have going on because
Right.
nobody wants to pay 500, 600, 700, 800, to $1,000 all the time. So
Exactly.
we understand how it is in 2025 when the economy got starting to get really, really bad now.
Yes.
We think about people's pockets and how much they have to pay for everything. I can just go on and on about, I'm
Yes.
gonna highlight one of these ladies. I'm not gonna say her name
Okay.
because but if she hears this podcast, she knows exactly who she is.
Yeah.
One of these ladies we have been cleaning forever. When I say forever, it feels like 15 years. And they were the third client of ours when we took lift off.
Yes.
She has multiple sclerosis. I don't know how you say multiple
Multiple
sclerosis.
sclerosis.
There
Yes.
you go.
Yes.
I always get tongue tied. She is my hero. She is my hero. I love everything about that woman. She is a leader. She is an awesome person. Just talking to her, you feel like you gain so much knowledge that
Yes.
she trusts me with everything in her core to help her out watching her dog when they're out of town, even helping her sister right now, which is she's not doing very good, but she's doing good.
Right.
I was more than blessed. Actually, I cried a little bit.
Oh, yes, that's
Yes, she
no,
doesn't know that, but I cried a little bit because I was like, I'm honored for her to even think that I'm worthy of coming in to help her sister in this
yes,
time of need. So
yes,
it was just awesome to meet people like that out here in Atlanta. It's a beautiful thing that people, really be like, no, let me call Candace and see if Candace is, this is what
right.
Candace wants to do. I really be honored with that. I
Yes,
really be honored because I really love helping. I really love helping. I need to do more, to be honest with you, but I just can't find the time
yes.
until
And
I hire.
yes, exactly. And that's what it is in our business, we always when you're really rooted and you have a strong heart or passion in your business, like in your situation, you're just obsessed with helping people. I'm just obsessed with helping people. And sometimes we can get into a point where you run into that fine line where you're like, okay,
Hmm.
I want to be here. I want to be present. I want to give more than 100% of myself, but I have to also make sure that I'm being strategic with business, making sure I'm not pricing myself out of business, making sure that we're still sustaining as well in that, right?
Right.
So you're kind of stuck in those growing pains where you're trying to scale it up, ramp up staff, but it's like you still kind of got a little more work than you have capacity, and it's like a constant grind, constant.
Hmm.
And I call those growing pains, and as exciting as it is, because we should be happy that we're busy, it can be very exhausting. I can't count the amount of times that I have just been burned out, that I have just took this computer and said, you know what, listen, for the next day or two, if you call or email me, I'm sorry, but I have to mentally decompress or I'm just
Exactly.
overload, right?
Yes.
So tell me a little bit more about challenges. So we know that apparently this company is amazing. What you stand for is amazing. The feeling about it. I mean, I want to just hug you through the screen. So, I
You,
what your clients feel, but was there ever a challenge that you experienced throughout this process that made you want to walk away? Like, has there ever
um,
been a situation where you're like, you know what, I don't even know if I want to continue with this anymore? And maybe not walk away, but kind of like I said, just taking that moment where you're like, listen, I need a minute. What is it
yeah.
that kept you going? What made you stay the course when things got hard?
So, of course, yes, 8 years in business. And of course it was many challenges. You're gonna have challenges. When somebody says they don't have challenges, I'm like, get ready. And I'm not saying get ready because I'm trying to sound a certain way.
Yes,
You're dealing with people. So I don't expect every scenario of getting like clientele base to be perfect. It is
right,
not going to be perfect. It is not. I'm
right,
here to tell you, I'm going to tell you the nitty gritty. I'm going to be real with you. No, you're
yeah,
dealing with different personalities. You're dealing with somebody that you may not know that they even have a mental problem because they feel like they didn't disclose that type of information, or they may not have wanted to tell the cleaning service that they have that type of situation going on. Me, I need to know that going in because if I repeat myself 5 times, I'm like, hmm, like,
yeah,
is everything okay, or did you miss something in between? I
yes,
want to make sure that we're on the same path, because everybody likes technology nowadays and they love to text. Okay.
you're right,
I love to text too, but I like to talk as well when it comes to clientele.
yes,
Because I feel like you get a different tone when you're texting sometimes rather than talking on the phone.
oh yeah,
Um, Many a challenges. It was maybe like two or three where I was so tired because it was like three people in one week. Um they'll be like, when you get to these apartments here in Atlanta, it's like that probably everywhere else, Chicago and everywhere.
yes,
You have these gate codes that you're given, and so when you get up there, you kind of have to take an extra step to enter a gate code to see if you can get in. Okay, cool. Got in the first one, got all the way up the way to the top, and had to put a gate code in again. It would not open. So now I'm standing out with short sleeves on in this hot Atlanta weather,
Ooh,
trying to get in a gate. I can't get past it. Nobody's even coming up to say, "Hey, I can let you in real quick."
yeah.
It was just every service was like that. And I'm like, is it where they stay? That's just the miscommunication, or
Yeah.
is it them? You know,
Yeah.
I couldn't figure it out. And at this point, I'm like, at the fifth service, I'm just like, I can't do this no more. I just,
Right.
it's just we do so much just to not get in. And when it's something like that, you want to be at least a little nice and compensate your cleaners for sitting here waiting for you every service. And that
Exactly.
wasn't the case. So I kind of like I had to let that client go because it was just too much. And it was just too much at the time, and we would always end up being late to our last property. Then it was a situation where it was a referral, and me and this lady just could not get on the same page, and I just was like, I can't do this no more. It make you be like, you know how you get up and you kind of just be like, I regret even cleaning or starting to clean this client. It's like
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like that. And many times I've sat in my, late at night and I'm just like, oh boy, can I do this?
Yeah.
Because I was just not a people person
Yeah.
when I was young. I was when I was younger, and you
Right.
wouldn't think that because of how I interact with people. I
Yes.
just was not. But
Yes.
it made me. That's what made me really think. Like, can I open a cleaning service?
Right.
And honestly, opening this cleaning service has made me be a people person. It's so weird.
No, it
It
is.
is so weird.
Listen, running a business builds character, okay?
Yes.
Because my patience was about this small until I started running a business. And you gotta have the patience. You gotta endure. You gotta, kind of go through that long suffering period of time until things kind of start to move out. Even with me, I've been in situations as well where I've taken on certain clients. And I swear, it's always the clients that are paying the least amount of money that seem
Mm-hmm.
to give you the hardest time.
All the time.
I'm like, dude, you getting a discount. And why are you
Yeah,
crazy?
all the time. That's what I say. It's times you're gonna have to, sort through and is this client worth my time and
Yes.
my energy? You have to do that. You're gonna do that in cleaning. I see it everywhere around these cleaning groups that I'm in around the world. I see it every day.
Yes.
And I'm like, man, y'all have gotten rid of more clients than I've ever gotten rid of.
Yeah. Well, I had a client particularly. I was helping them to put a proposal together. Same thing. Won't put them out there. Won't say any names.
Yeah.
But I did not do my due diligence in terms of vetting the client out.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up down a very nasty rabbit hole with this client.
Oh man.
It was like every single, like when you're putting a proposal together and you're trying to get funding or you're trying to gain a contract or whatever the case may be, there are certain things you need to have in place, a certain infrastructure you have to have, certain compliance documentations you have to have. A lot of people feel like, oh, I tore up my personal credit, but that's okay. I'm gonna just start a business. No, those
Mm-hmm.
habits, everything on your personal, all that's going to transfer into the business. You still can't get business funding, without personal credit unless you've built up business credit. And if you have poor personal credit habits, you're going to have poor business credit habits. So
Mm-hmm.
in a nutshell, I say all that to say there were a lot of things that I didn't consider when working with this clients. And I got them to the final round for this funding. And it was just like a domino. Oh, they didn't have this. The credit was messed up. They didn't want to pay for an accountant to produce projections for them. They wanted me to become an accountant. And I'm just like, it was just
Mm-hmm.
so many nuances. We ultimately did not get the funding. And I ended up spending way more time working on that project than I anticipated that was unpaid. So it was a complete loss for me.
Oh my God.
But that was in a learning lesson that I needed to come up with a better strategy for gaining and vetting out clients. So tell me a little bit more about your strategy. So I know you've had those times kind of where you had to let clients go. What are you doing now to kind of gain those commercial contracts or bring forth those recurring clients that not, I won't say be easy to work with, but that you know that it's gonna be well enough for you to get the job done to get paid and get in and out of
Perfect. Perfect explanation. I love that.
there?
So now we're on Google like everybody else. Now, Google is amazing. I
Yes,
will say 100% love Google. They have a new strategy now that people are still trying to get used to, still trying to be like, oh my God, I can't get on Google. And I'm like, yes, you can. You just have to be look through everything and take the time out to look through them, and you'll be able to get on their platform easy peasy.
yes,
That is a great platform for service providers. I don't care who you are, event suites, all that.
yes,
And now, how Google has made me interpret vetting customers, that customers really don't know that I'm vetting them over the phone, really.
right,
I had a call. Matter of fact, this is a perfect explanation. I had a lady call me. She lives in Mableton. Okay. When you're on the phone with a client, you don't want to cut the client off at any point while y'all are talking on the phone, even if it's a 10, 15-minute conversation.
yes,
Because I feel like she was interviewing me
right,
for the job. So this is a red flag for any cleaning service, and should be a red flag for any cleaning service. For me, the red flag is you've had multiple cleaning services in your house and it hasn't even been 3 years. So, what are those cleaning services doing to make you feel like you have to switch cleaning services all the time? If you
right,
keep a cleaning service for a year and a half, why did you keep your cleaning service for a year and a half? If you are on the phone with me and you say, I had somebody clean me earlier in the year last year and at the end of the year last year, and then I had a cleaning service come in. That's too much for me. That's just
right,
too. It's the loyalness, reliability.
yes,
Are you somebody that skips the line? Are you somebody that says you want to be on a rotation of every 2 or 3 weeks? And then when it gets to your week, you always have to reschedule them. If you're one of those type of people, I could kind of sense that when talking to a person now.
right,
So I'll just politely after everything, we can have this 10, 15 minute conversation. It may seem like, oh, you're on the phone with them too long. Well, after we're done, I will politely tell them we're not accepting any more clients. We're
right,
not accepting any more clients right now. That's me being nice to turn them down because they have said too many red flags. They have said too many, my kids are picky. What is this?
right,
Like at this point, you're confusing
yeah,
me. So I don't want to deal with it, and I don't want to. I feel like it could be a long-term confrontation somewhere on down the line, or like every service you're gonna find something wrong with it in every service. So I completely vet our customers now, and every customer that I have literally vetted that has started service this year, you will not believe they are A1,
awesome,
A1.
awesome.
A1. We
And that
have no in between. None.
good, good. And I'm happy that you figured out that strategy. And part of that strategy came from experience, right? Came from
Yes.
those clients. So we have to, small business owners out there, you have to take the good with the bad and take the negative experiences and really figure out what's the lesson in this so that you can be more proactive to mitigate those kinds of risks or liabilities moving forward, because we all know risk and liability can cost us money. We want to
Yes.
keep our bottom line looking real good, real good. That bottom line need to be made to shine, right?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
now, now thinking about like liability, right? Think about
Hmm.
liability and risk. I know that you're also outside of just like the commercial and business to consumer services that you're doing, that you also assist with like post construction cleaning services.
Hmm.
And we all know that post anything construction has its unique challenges. There's a lot of safety things. So can you walk us through a typical process on how you kind of mitigate that liability or risk when you're doing those types of cleaning projects?
Yes. So most of the referrals that we had that come from post construction are from our awesome clients, either friends of mine or friends of people that I work with.
Okay.
And my partner, Cassandra Matthews, she's amazing. She knows a lot of people as well. So in post construction, I tell people when they go in there, they cannot, don't go in there with just business insurance. Don't do just business insurance. You need to get workers' comp, and you need to either get workers' comp on you. If it's just you and somebody like you, it's just two of you guys, maybe
Right.
four. You need to get workers' comp on every last person in there. Now, workers' comp is going to run you money
Right.
for business owners for real. When you're employees, it's better, but as the business owners, our insurance is always way higher to cover us. I will
Right.
never figure that out,
But because
but it's
you're outsourcing to contractors and not
yeah,
FTEs or PTEs, right? Okay.
yes. So I want to always get business insurance. You want to get general liability, workers comp. That's what you really need. You really need that. You don't want to go into a post construction. Say you go to a big, huge brand out here. Who is it? Meritage. We're gonna say Meritage Homes because they're really popping in the area.
Okay.
And you want to work post construction cleanings, and you actually do. You walk up to the building and say, "Hey, I'm a cleaning service and such and such. Y'all are building in the area. Um, and I wanted to do cleanings for you guys." Okay, you can't do it just like that. That's where that business general liability and workers comp comes in. They
Yeah.
want to see, because most of these companies, they're going to want to see a certificate of insurance, or they want to see a waiver of subrogation. The
Yes.
companies that we deal with a top notch company in Texas. They have to be on our insurance as a waiver of subrogation. You have to be able to afford these type of challenges. They will
Yes.
give you crazy money, but you have to do that. If you don't have it, I can't tell you how many people I've talked to here in Atlanta don't even have business insurance, and I tell them that's wild. It's $53 if you start with Nationwide. You
Yes.
know,
Yes.
so I'm like, you have to have that. And so post construction will bring you so much money. You need to be familiar with the safety
Yes.
materials. You need to be familiar with the safety, with the type of solutions you use. All that plays a part in a post construction cleaning. You can't go in there spraying acid, which is vinegar, on certain stuff. You're gonna
Right.
be in there all day. And then you're gonna cause an error. I see this all the time. When I tell you I'm in a cleaning group around the world, and I sometimes I just be looking at the cleaning group through the phone, like, oh my God. Like, how are they even managing? You can't. That's when people just wake up and say, "Hey, I want to do a cleaning service," and not educated on the product. You can't put vinegar on a marble countertop. See what I'm saying? You
Exactly.
can't, it's just certain stuff you can't do. So just imagine getting all this post construction dust in here and you're spraying vinegar on it. You're going to be in there all night, all
Exactly.
day, all night. So you have to get educated on the safety precautions. You need to have your own safety glasses. I have safety glasses
Yes.
that I walk in there.
PPE, honey. PPE.
Yes, you have to do that, and you cannot
Yes.
go in there. Everything can't take Dawn and Lysol and everything. You can't do that. No, everything is post construction clean is more strategic and
Yes.
measured. So you need a shop vac. You need a real one, not a little small one, a real one, because as we've been in so many situations where we like, man, the dust is thicker than the sand.
Yes.
So, you don't want to be in there all night. You get this high quality shop vac. There you go. You're good to
Right.
go now.
Right.
Do you have a team that you can rely on every time? We're not just talking about once, because once they send you on this post construction job, they're going to send more. You have to be ready. How
Right.
many can you clean in one day? Is the question. How many houses can you clean in one day? You have to think about all that when you're doing post construction and the charge. Do you charge per square feet? Do you charge hourly? We
Yes.
charge hourly.
Yeah. Okay,
Hmm.
that was going to be my next question. My next question was going to be, we all know that as small businesses, a lot of time we price ourselves out of business, right?
Hmm.
We come up with a price. We're like, oh, I want to charge this. But really, you have to think, you have to have a strategy about how you price your services so that you're not coming into a situation where you're experiencing scope creep or you set
Hmm.
a price and now you've got on the job and realize you have all these other expenses. So it definitely takes a lot of research, investigating, like you said, educating yourself. So, how does M2S kind of approach pricing, especially in today's economy with inflation, tariffs, labor shortages? How do you kind of decide what you're going to charge, specifically when you're working on these larger scale post construction cleanups?
So for the company that we do, they build houses in a subdivision right now. And we'll go in and we'll ask, the biggest thing is how many bedrooms and bathrooms they have. And then I always have a person that will go out and look at it. They'll look at the scope of work and come back. We used to do per square feet. Square, like, people do like, I think the lowest I seen was like 50 cents per square feet or something like that. No, I'm so confident. This is how confident I am. I was like, okay, so this is gonna take like 5 to 6 hours or 4 to 5. That will be $150 an hour. And I will say it, and I look people right in the face. I don't know if that is throwing them off or whatever. And they be like, oh, 150, heck yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
150 an hour, and guess what? The check is cut. Right after I'm done, I get the check. I don't have to wait net 15. I don't have to wait net 30. I don't have to wait net 45. The check is cut. So every company we deal with, because they know who we are and how we operate, because we've been dealing with them for years, they will cut that check. At first, when we first started, we had to build a rapport with each
Yes.
other. So they would do like net 15 or once a month. You have to be able, in this economy, we can do it. A lot of people can't do that. I can't tell you how many people that I've talked to and they could not wait net 15
Yes.
or net 20. And I get it 100%.
Yeah, because you
Um,
gotta have cash. If you don't have cash on hand, so like if
right.
you're starting out, you just built a team. This is your first contract. You don't have money in the bank to pay them, and now you're depending on that money to pay them. It's essentially like you're asking people to come and work for free and wait 2 weeks for their paycheck. So
Exactly.
yeah, so that's tough. That's really tough,
Mm-hmm.
especially like I am a general contractor um on a project with the city of Pontiac. I'm also a subcontractor on a contract with the city of Detroit. Now, city of Detroit, because I'm subcontracting, the GC takes it upon themselves to pay me immediately. But
Mm-hmm.
because I'm the actual GC on my city of Pontiac project, I have to wait 30 days to get paid. So
Mm-hmm.
but in the beginning, it was like, I mean, luckily I'm busy enough that I have other sources of revenue that are kind of helping me to sustain and to be able to compensate my, PTEs or contractors in that sense to help that supporting that project. But like you said, for many people, they don't have that on hand. So you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. So
Right.
all praises that you were able to get in, build that rapport. That word of mouth is key as well, especially
Yes.
commercial cleaning. Because otherwise, if someone's not just pulling you directly in, guess what? You're doing proposals, you're submitting RFPs. That's a whole nother level of capacity that you need. So thank you for sharing that about your pricing.
You're
Um,
welcome.
Yes, and I know you also were talking about kind of like your employees, having people you really can depend on, like that you can trust. So how are you currently approaching workforce development? I know you have you're outsourcing to subcontractors to kind of support you in your cleaning projects, but how are you thinking about transitioning some of your folks into PTEs or FTEs? Like, what are you really looking for in a new team member that's joining M2S?
So, in a new team member that's joining, I still have this struggle. Um, and it's not because it's not based on race or anything like that. We don't
Yes.
do that here at M2S. I know it's just people in general.
Yes.
Um, so I'm having a struggle with the same thing I told you about post construction. Like, it's the struggle of, do you go ahead and pay these people since they've done the job?
Mhm.
Um, pay them outright the end of the week, every 2 weeks, or whatever the case may be. Or do you pay them out and you wait your net 45 pay, wait for that to come through. But you kind of want to make sure everything is good too, because they have to call and check in and stuff like that.
Yes.
I'm looking for a somebody that's like me. When I say like me, I'm not saying they have this issue, but I have a slight case of OCD. And when I say, we're not talking about OCD in cleaning, I have OCD of letting my schedule be in the hands of somebody that I don't freshly know that
Yes.
well. You
Yes.
know, I have a best friend that works in cleaning, and she is who I trust
Okay.
with everything. Like, if I was to go out of town, I know she would handle it. She has OCD out of this world.
Yes.
It's quite hilarious because we always laugh about it all the time. But she is one that I trust with my business.
Yes.
And I am having a struggle of finding people. Like, I have people and they be like, yes, sis, I can do this, this, that, and the other. And then you get there, you be like, girl, I just told you it's net 45 pay. Now, I can pay you at the end of 2 weeks, but I need to make sure the job was done correctly. So now I done gave you money from my business. You didn't do the job correct. Guess what? I probably ain't gonna get paid. See what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I
And
you have to
yeah.
you have
Yeah.
to make sure every pattern is covered. And I laughed. It's a certain scenario. I got a scenario for everything. You ready?
I'm the storytelling queen.
Yes. So what was hilarious last month, right? Okay, we have a lot of people that call same day for services. Okay, guy called same day for services. I was off. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah.
I came in and he paid a hefty fee and he tipped me on top of that and I appreciated him.
Yes.
Um, I have a company that I work for, like I said, they're based out of Texas. I always crack up. They're a janitorial service. So they'll send you bids with your email, and you got to see it's for bids for everything. T-Mobile, I don't
Okay.
care who they are, T-Mobile, Barnes and Nobles, all this. So you got to bid on it, and the bids are so low. And I'm like, y'all don't know how it's not low. Y'all just don't know how to bid.
Right. Right.
You
Exactly.
bid your price. If they say the price is 120, you bid what you want out of that 120. And 9 times out of 10, you will get the bid, even if
Right.
it's higher. So I was talking to this lady that we've been talking for quite some time, maybe a few months. And she was ready to take on the job. Okay, the job was, you have to go to this department store and go inside the store. And I don't do pressure washing or carpet cleaning. Now, I carpet clean, but I carpet clean my own house. I don't do anybody
Yeah.
else's unless I like really, really love you for real.
Right.
To bring my stuff, bring my big green in there, my baby in your house to do it. So I told them it was handed down to me, and that lady would call me because she knows she can rely on me. She's like, "Oh no, Candace, know everybody. Let me call her." I sure do. And if I don't know somebody in my phone, I'm gonna get you somebody to come out there to that job.
Exactly.
So the lady asked me, "Do you know anybody that does pressure washing, carpet cleaning?" I sure do. So I sent out the job. I said, let me call this guy. And I said, I will give you a call back. And they was like, okay, no problem. I called the guy, had a conversation with him, told him what was the requirement. So he has to go out there and look at it. I can't go look at it because I'm looking at it. I'm be looking at the sign that it needs pressure washing. I'm be looking at the carpet that needs pressure washing, and I might not price it right. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not
Right.
my area. So I don't want to do that. I'm gonna let a professional go do it. So I'm like, here's the address. When do you think you can get there to look at it? And I said, she said, anytime this week. Okay, don't tell anybody that you're doing business with. You need to tell them, can you get to it tomorrow?
Right. Exactly. Pacific
That-
time.
right. So everybody, he said yes. It was Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday was coming. I haven't heard anything. So I took it upon myself to call. I'm like, hey, are you going to be able to go out there and look at the job? Because I said it's getting close to Friday. I kind of want to
Right.
have this done for her if you still want to take the job on. I don't like letting people know stuff last minute. That's crazy to
Exactly.
me.
Yeah.
So he was like, yeah, I could probably get to it by the. So I was like, okay, he's playing. It was Friday. I haven't heard
Yeah.
anything. So I had to send her an email and say, hey, do you think I can have this? What day? Because I said it's not working out this week. What day by next week should I have this done? If they still want it, Tuesday. Cool. Talked to another lady. She was like, yes, I go out there and do it. Hung up the phone with her. I promise you, not even 15 minutes later, what if they don't go with my bid? That's what you deal with in business. You're
Right.
not going to always get the business. You think everybody that calls me, I get their business? No.
Exactly. Exactly.
So that's what you deal with in business. I'm telling you, it's your pricing. You price it how you want to price it. Give it to me, and I'm gonna give it to the people. But
Yes.
what percentage do they take off the top? First of all, that's rude. I'm not gonna ask somebody that our company works for, what's their percentage? That's none of my business.
Exactly.
Of course, they're taking a percentage. That's none of my business, though.
Right. You're making
So
pricing to cover yourself. You don't need to know what they're making.
right. I said price it high to make it make sense. Put your mileage in there, put your gas,
Right.
all that. So I'm doing that. It was just too much back and forth about it. So I was like, you know what? Never mind. I was about to give up on it. Seriously.
Yes.
And when I talked to this lady that we had just started cleaning, and she was like, she asked me the same thing you asked. She said, what are your challenges? I said, I can't find anybody to do this pressure washing and carpet cleaning job, and it's their money.
Yes.
I'm not taking a cut out of nothing. It's their money. See what I'm saying? I'm
Right.
giving you all
You're
the
not
money.
gatekeeping.
Right. That's
Yeah.
not my area.
Right.
It's not house cleaning. It's not my expertise. So if I'm not experienced in that area, I'm not taking nothing. Yeah, I could, but I'm not going to take a cut out of that. That's not right to me.
Right.
So she sent somebody over. Oh my God, wow, it worked out on Monday. I was so happy.
Oh,
So he
awesome.
went over there and priced it, and he sent it to me, and I sent it over, and I promise you, I thought he was probably going to get it. And why my the management team came back, she was like, "Girl, you're not gonna believe this." I said, "Oh no, what happened?" She was like, why I sent that over, and as soon as I sent it over, not even 2 minutes, they called me and said they had found somebody. Probably because it took too long.
Exactly. Yep.
So that's the scenario that you have to deal with people. When you want people to do something, tell them, and it's something that's done by anyone. Just tell them what kind. When can you get this done tomorrow?
Exactly.
Because
Exactly.
you're
Urgency.
going to, yes, you're going to deal with so many personalities. It's about worse than the customers.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. And we
yes.
know how important it is to network. We know how important it is to have a community or essentially a village behind us. Those are your FTEs, PTEs, your contractors, your collaborators, everything, all the stakeholders that go into you creating that amazing experience for your client is so key. The people that we have that we can tap into or delegate things to, because as a small business owner, you're already wearing 25, 30 hats.
Okay.
Anything you can delegate, you want to be able to do that. And that's why it's so important to have strong operations, strong systems. That is really my baby as project management consulting, really looking at how can we make the way that you're doing the business and doing those back end activities more streamlined so that it can be working for you, automated for you, so you can be out in the field, boots on the ground, doing the real work, which is the labor, right? Cleaning
Mm-hmm.
is so labor intensive. having strong operations is so critical. So what like scheduling or communication systems have you tapped into that has kind of helped to streamline your process? And is there still some things that's kind of like you feel like are real time wasters that you wish you could kind of delegate out?
Yes. So I use this app. A lot of people haven't heard about it, but I think it's starting to become popular now.
Yes.
Pocket Suite.
Okay.
Pocket Suite is what I like about Pocket Suite, and a lot of clients like about it is you know how you can take payments over the phone. I think that is too much unless it's really needed.
Yes.
I love it. I can take payments over the phone and not have to save their card on file. Or
Okay.
also I can send them a link from a 678 number and they can put in their own credit card. It's completely where in nobody, I don't care what kind of hacker you are, you cannot tap into their systems. Their systems is amazing. You
Awesome.
cannot tap into anything. If so I tell them I only see if it's an Amex in the last four digits or whatever, but I don't see anything else. I can't just go in there and be like, let me charge such and such $100.
Exactly.
Nope, I
Right.
can't do that. So the Pocket Suite makes it 100% to where it caters to the customer. They want the provider, of course, on the day of service to run the card. I like to tell people how everything works. I know that's a sense of comfort for a lot of people.
Right.
When they're dealing with me, they've either had a cleaning service, I hate to say it, cleaning service or a few go and just not show up to do the job or show up to do the job, come do a walkthrough and take off. I cannot even tell you how many people on one, it's not
Oh
even
my
on one hand,
goodness.
on two hands and then more I'm gonna count my toes on this one,
Right.
that have told me that they have had somebody take off on them. I'm like, what? Or they had somebody run their car and didn't give them the money back. And I'm just like, that is the worst thing you could ever do. You're
Ugh,
messing it up for us
yes.
coming in. And then now I'm having a talk with the customer and be like, ma'am, that's not what we're gonna
How
do. Or sir,
exactly? Yes.
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 So
Yes.
then I have to think outside of the box every time, every time. Now I don't have a problem with Zelle. I love Zelle.
Yes.
I don't have a problem with Cash Out. I don't prefer Cash Out. I don't have a problem with Venmo either. But
Okay.
I don't prefer those other two. I only like Zelle.
Right.
Um, and I've had to literally to get somebody's business that she really wanted our business. I said, now let me tell you something. This is what I can do for you. I said, but if you skip, I said, because this is not how I do my business practices at all. We
Right.
always collect the deposit up front, and it's between $50 to $60 for the deposit.
Right.
And this is to secure your spot on our schedule. If you have to reschedule, that's understood. You get up to two reschedule. If you start doing a third one, we're gonna have to talk about it because now it's like, what is the problem?
Right.
I need to know why you keep having to reschedule so much. That's a red flag for me.
Right.
So if we haven't had anybody reschedule more than once or anything like that if they needed to. That's a new client.
Yeah.
But I let them know. I told this lady, I said, if you pay me the fee, I'm gonna tell you like this: the day before service, I'm gonna let you pay it the day before, and it's just like 125 or 150 or something like that.
Yes.
I'll be fine with it. But if you cannot pay us when we're coming in, because I don't like this is where my OCD come in. I don't like I'm not chasing you, but I don't like having a conversation after the service, like about
About
payment.
payment. Right.
I want to have the payment in hand or charge the card on file and go to my car, drop my stuff off, jump in that car, and I want to leave. Of
And
course,
move.
I want to chop it up. I love
Right.
chopping it up with people.
Right.
But if I'm doing some serious cleaning, I want to throw my stuff in that car and I'm ready to go.
Exactly.
Just like any other cleaner.
Exactly. I
So,
don't have to wait for you to get off the phone with Susan.
right.
to get my money, and I'm standing in the hallway all awkward waiting for
Yeah,
you, and now you
exactly.
want to go micromanage and see my work first, and well, before I pay you, can you think you can come and do over here, and then see, yeah,
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 I don't like to do any of that. And I let it be known before. Nobody, what's crazy, nobody out of the 8 years of business, nobody's ever been like, well, can I go home and look at it? I'm like, no,
okay, good,
no, nobody has ever done that. I have
good,
to honestly say that.
because
Yes.
we have some clients that have, you know how you've had a client and they come to you because
Hmm.
the expert in this thing, and you give them an advice and they're combative and they want to go
Yes.
back and forth with you about it. And it's like, do you need the help or do you already know the answers? Because
Right. Yes, ma'am.
it's like, what is going on here? So I've definitely had that. So that's why I mentioned that. Like I just wonder.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I love that. I love your systems and processes. I love the different things that you have put in place to kind of eliminate those instances where you're being put in awkward positions or not getting what you need, because as much as you want to come in and clean, the client has to also do their part to make
Right.
sure that you're able to come in and do the job and do what you need to do. So it sounds like, you have really established a strong footprint in this industry. Having that word of mouth is so huge, especially when it comes to getting these higher level contracts. So big kudos to M2S Cleaning Services for, yes, we're doing such a great job and having such an amazing woman. I'm leading this company and leading the team. So that's awesome. Now that we've kind of talked about your story, talked about the real strategies that you're implementing to sustain the business and continue to grow the business, now I really want to focus on the connections that you're looking to make. So right now, today, with the economy and everything we have going on, who is your ideal? First, we'll say, who is your ideal business partner? Who is it that you are looking to connect with, to grow and collaborate with on a long-term basis to help move your company forward and take your company to the next level? And same thing for them. So, what does that person look like in terms of the type of companies or other organizations you like to partner with?
I don't know if people might be familiar with it when they hear this. I don't know if they see on Instagram like not the worst cleaner.
Okay.
I want to say it's a lady that they do free cleanings. They end up getting paid for them,
Okay.
but they do free cleanings through Scrub Daddy.
Okay.
For people that are hoarders, have mental issues, all type of stuff going
Yeah.
on.
Yes.
I'm literally interested in getting into that type of field. I want to talk to somebody that has literally not, a lot of people have said they do clean, they're cleaning gurus and stuff like that. I get it. But I want to talk to somebody that's actually done that type of work and what to do, like partnering with somebody, not necessarily getting paid for it.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bump that cost. I want to do free stuff for people.
Yes.
I want to be around, I want to market and consult with different people of every ethnicity, white, black, Asian,
Yes.
Hispanic, whatever, whoever, Chinese, Japanese. I
Right.
want to talk to anybody that's doing something like that and collab with somebody that's doing something like that, because that has really been an interest, a really serious interest for me for the last couple of years, especially watching Not the Worst Cleaner. I friggin' love her. When
Yeah.
those two ladies partner together to do these cleanings, it's just so interesting to me because I never thought I would be interested in that, and I watch it like it's a TV show. That's how
Yes.
serious it is.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm just like, this is so amazing what these ladies do for the world. They don't even understand. Like, I
Right.
think they understand, but I don't think they really
Yeah.
understand. You
The
know?
that impact is so significant. Like, and most clients don't remember what you did; they remember how you made them feel.
Yes.
And so I really can, like, just like I said from the beginning, just talking with you and conversing, the energy that's coming through is so like let me help you, let me save you, kind of like that hero type of spirit or mentality. And
Hmm.
honestly, I really feel like, yeah, I'm not surprised that you're interested in something like that because it's more than just cleaning, right? So like,
Hmm.
and it seems like that is really what your brand is. Like we're coming in, but we're doing more than just cleaning. Hey, we're cleaning your house, but we might be cleaning up some of them negative thoughts you having, cleaning up some of
Yep.
that anxiety you feeling. You know what I'm saying? We really here to make everything shine, not just your home, but the way you feel, inside and out. So I feel like that would be great. I feel like that would be a great, great move. I think you would excel significantly in that area, just in terms of the impact you can have on those individuals that you're coming in and doing that cleaning with. And I'm telling you, I love it. It further just solidifies your huge heart. And that is why you have made it this far, honey, because what you put out, you get back.
Yes,
A
ma'am.
lot of time people are always focused on money, 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 but sometimes it's more the impact that's going to bring you those dollars later down the line than getting that quick payout up front, and you're doing the bare minimum, and it's a little bit harder to sustain. And that's why you have that strong word of mouth.
Yes, I'm serious. People just, I
Yeah.
gravitate like yesterday. Oh my God, I love these little stories. I hope this helps somebody.
Yeah.
But did a clean off Google yesterday. I was getting some new tires on my car, right?
Yeah.
Had a good old 10-minute conversation with the guy. He was so awesome. Um, and I told him in the rain, I'm sitting out there in the rain talking to this man. You know it's serious.
Right.
And he was like, I just really need some help. I can't disclose what it is, or what type of cleaning it was, but just know that they were very thankful. And it was
Yeah.
a cleaning that I normally don't do.
Right.
It wasn't a regular cleaning. So, and I have to tell people sometimes your calling is when you least expect it. And I felt
Yes.
like that was my calling, and God was telling me, it needs to be you. You need to do it.
Yes. Yes.
And I immediately jumped in suit, and I told him, give me a little while. As soon as I'm done with here, I'll go to the house, put on some clothes, and I had to be suited and booted,
Yes.
and I will be there.
Yes.
So it's like when I called and told him I was on the way, he was like, "Oh my God, thank you so much,
Oh,
Candace." I'm like, "No problem, man." Got there, I did it like I've done it before, and they were sick. They were really impressed. Like you
wow.
didn't make a face, you didn't
Right.
nothing. Yeah, I I tell people all the time. I say, "Oh, child, I've been in some situations." I said, and some were for the good. Trust me. I
Yes.
said everything's not going to be great and peachy when you walk into a cleaning. It may be a little bit more than what you expected, but you got
Right.
to think like, okay, do I do this or do I walk away from it and then this
Right.
customer doesn't get their money? See what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Exactly.
you have to come. That's when your team of my best friend and her team has to do her thing. You bring them into that, and then now you got a whole team form to do whatever. Because I'm telling you, my best friend,
Exactly.
her name is Rashinda. Woo!
She
She,
said,
I hope she hears this. She is friggin' amazing. When I
"Oh,
tell you she can clean I could say, girl, let's go do this hoarder clean. She's game.
wow,
That's my girl. That's my
awesome,
girl. Yes.
awesome."
She
Yes.
My partner, Cassandra, she is that's 25 plus years of experience, man. That's all
Yeah.
I need to say on that one. I love her.
Exactly.
Love her, love her,
Exactly.
love her.
Yes.
And
Yes.
you don't know what you're getting why I'm shouting these people out is you don't know what you're getting when these two ladies bump me. When these two ladies come into your house, you're getting years of experience
Right.
in the game. Okay. You're not getting somebody that just started. And I'm not talking about anybody that just started the cleaning service. I'm for real. Like
Right.
these ladies are it. I worked with these ladies. And so I know their full potential of what they can do and more.
Yes. Yes.
And when I tell you I have so much respect for these two women, you can't say anything to me about them. Nothing.
Exactly.
And it's not just them two. It's the half of the crew I work with at Mary Maids. They don't clean no more, but
Yeah.
they were amazing. We won
Yeah.
awards that they hadn't won in years. You see what I'm
Wow.
saying? That's how you know the team of women did that.
Yes. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. And
Yes.
it's so admiring, and small business owners out there, I want you to really take heed because your network. I mean, I talk about networking a lot,
Mm,
and sometimes it's just over people's heads. It's like like your network can literally propel your business forward or do nothing at
mm,
all for your business. And
amen.
yeah, you want to have those people that's reliable that you can really tap into. So are there any like special events or any promotions right now that as a team you guys are providing? Anything special that you're offering to clients, customers, people who are maybe looking to join the team? What special things do you have going on right now with M2S that you'd like to share?
Yes, so we have that's so great that you touched on this subject
Yes.
because I have a lot of people that call for jobs on a daily. When I say I have never had this many people call for jobs, I'm almost like, dang, I don't even have to go on Indeed if I don't need to, you
Yes.
know? So it's so rough out here. Oh my God. I feel so sorry for people that are like just in between jobs and stuff
Yeah.
right now. It's crazy out here. I have some of the nicest people, and I take their information down. I don't just talk to them and be done with it. I take all their information down and
Yes.
I tell them, we're not hiring right now, but I'm trying to get some janitorial contracts, and I will be honest, sometimes they take time. So as soon as I get those contracts, guess what's going to happen? I'm going to call them right back. I don't care if
Right.
they're starting with somebody else, I'm going to call them
Right.
because I got their information and I want them to succeed. And if I can trust them to do the job, if you go through background check, vetted, and everything, we're good.
Yes.
Our specials that we have plenty of specials going on for senior citizens. We have plenty of specials going on for medical team. I always highlight the medical teams of
Okay.
the ambulance people, I don't care who you are, firefighters, nurses, doctors,
Right.
all of them. As well as construction workers, as well as other cleaning service owners. They may
Yeah.
get you to come in and clean their house. You never know.
Right. Right.
So we have specials for them, including 10 to 15% off of services, but they have to mention that they're part of those teams,
Okay.
like they're part medical or anything.
Okay.
And then we also, matter of fact, we just thought of this at 3 in the morning this morning.
Hey, that's how
Let
you
me,
know about your sleep. Like, I have an idea.
yes, I have an idea and I write it down. So we were just talking about $118 for 1.5 hours of service. So this is what you call 3 man hours of cleaning with
Okay.
two cleaners. So two cleaners come in for an hour and a half each cleaner, and
Okay.
they do whatever you want general cleaning wise for $118.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then after that, we can discuss if you want more time, you'll
Yes.
pay an additional 118, or you can get an hourly fee to finish up. And it's affordable. The hourly fee is affordable for whomever wants to take advantage of the opportunity. And of
Yes.
course, like I stated earlier, we have a firm, Klarna and Afterpay. If you don't want that, we have a subscription service where you can pay a low monthly balance every time. You can do it however you want to, every 2 weeks, every three, every four,
Yes.
whatever, to pay in full. Even if we've cleaned you, you can still do that.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I let people know it's always a way to work something out if you want to do it.
Yes, definitely. And I like that. I like the
Yeah.
fact that you're kind of giving people an option to try before they buy at a
Yes.
real low price. So it's like, we're gonna come in for an hour and a half, but I guarantee you're gonna buy some more hours because it's gonna be shining, baby.
Every time, baby, every time.
Yes, I
I'll be thinking, oh, we just gonna be an hour and a half each. And then I bite my tongue every time. I start laughing
yep,
every time.
yep, there 4 hours. Look.
Yep. And I love it because I love doing it. See, we do a lot for local, but for
Yes.
local people, Mableton, Marietta, Smyrna, Lithia Springs, Austell, all of them. Then we have our distance, which is not a distance to me, but it's a distance.
Right.
We have Douglasville, We have Atlanta. Let me tell you something. We're Atlanta's cleaning service. Atlanta in Cabbage Town. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
We are always in Cabbage Town. I love it. Buckhead, Cabbage Town. I'm anywhere you name it.
Right.
So I'm like, we go far out. We go even further than that if needed. But I just like to tell people it has to be on a day that makes sense for the schedule. Like it might have to be on a weekend. If you want us to come 50 miles out, it'll be
Yes.
on a weekend. You know,
Right.
I don't want to play with traffic during the week. They play too much
Exactly.
over here.
Oh yeah, I've heard about Atlanta traffic. Probably not
Yes.
in New York traffic.
Honey, let me tell you, we saw they knock trees down. It's been a while, and I'm like, oh boy, you know what that's gonna be? They're gonna make
Uh,
some more roads.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Okay, okay, great. Well, I love that. Love that special. For those
Yeah.
of you out there who look, I'm a single mother and business owner. I would love to have someone coming in on a regular basis to kind of help me keep my things in order as well. So we all have different
Okay.
reasons and demands for cleaning services. As you guys can see, Into Us Cleaning Service is just wiping things away in a great and way that carries integrity, honesty, professionalism, personalization, and really connecting with clients. So if there's anyone out there that's just looking for someone more than just coming in and just wiping some things down and going about their way and really looking to have a long-term relationship with their cleaning provider, M2S is definitely going to be the place you need to be, the company you need to reach out to based out in Atlanta. And I just want to mention, with our business sponsor, J.R. McNair with the Small Business Nation being based in
Mhm.
Atlanta, definitely we welcome you to join the community. Small business
Heck yeah.
Yeah, Small Business Nation is great. JR has been helping small businesses for over 20 years. He helped me. So when I came to him, I was making nothing in my business. My business had been going for a little over 2 years. And now I'm at a point now where I'm comfortable enough to go and pull out a car note just straight off of the money that I'm making. So
Great.
yeah, definitely has brought me out of a really dark time in my life and to get my business to this point. So I swear by Small Business Nation, I am a product of their service for sure.
Okay. Good. Good.
We would love to have you. Love to have you. My last question I wanted to mention, and I'm a goof. Okay, I love to have fun. So I
Me too.
with these crazy questions at the end. But this isn't too bad. So it just says, if your business was a song or a movie title, what would it be?
You know what? You know what song I am really feeling right now? I'm really feeling this artist and this collaboration. Big X the plug, and with that country song that has came out with the guy, I forget his friggin' name. But you know what I'm talking about. You've heard it. Big X the plug, and
Okay.
it's a country collaboration
Okay.
song. That's my business right now. Yes, because I'm like, I don't know what it is about that guy. I'm just like, it just fits it perfectly.
Okay. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna look that
Yeah,
up. I'm
yes.
looking up. I'm gonna play a small clip on his run backs.
Okay. Please do, because I'm like, that is my song. Look, you got me looking for it now. Because I'm like, I just heard it. And I was like, I saved it, but I was like, what is this song? And I'm like, yo, I'm about to tell you exactly what it is
What it
now.
is? Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely look that up. Yeah, we like to throw in a
Up,
little ball
Big X the plug and Bailey Zimmerman all the way.
all the way.
It's called All the Way. That
Okay.
song right now, I'm telling you, I play in the car. It plays while I'm cleaning. It plays behind the podcast. That's my
Okay.
song.
Okay. That up. I promise you, I'm going to look it up, and I'm
Yes,
sure it is nothing short of who you are, what you stand for, what you provide, and
yes.
again, I big kudos. I mean, we all know the cleaning industry can be brutal. Like you mentioned, you sometimes you never know what you're walking into, but small business owners, anyone tuning in, anyone watching this podcast, anytime you're dealing with the service-based business, there are so many different nuances and things, so many, like you said, like you mentioned, so many different personalities that you have to deal with. It's just a lot of challenges, right? So
Mm-hmm.
if you are watching and you're a service-based business owner and you're really looking to sharpen your message, really clarify your pricing strategy, much like M2S Cleaning Service is doing, or if you're just looking for better ways to build that rapport, trust, and credibility with every client interaction, you definitely want to check out your brand, right? Look at your brand, look at your process, look at everything you have going on, figure out how what you're doing can be more catered to the customer. How can you really connect with your customer on a deeper level? Because that's what's going to keep those repeat customers. Just like Candace was mentioning, she's been working with customers for years now, right? And it's
Mm-hmm.
all because of that relationship building. So here at the Crafted Pen, Small Business Nation, we're continuously helping businesses like M2S to continue to tell their story and to be able to clearly convey that with confidence and with passion. So please come join us on Small Business Radio Detroit, guys. Take a look at the Small Business Nation. We are really here looking to create more than just a podcast episode or more than just a conversation, but really starting to create a movement. So I
Yes.
appreciate you, Candace. I really do. Your story is so admirable. It is no secret or guess when it comes to the level of commitment and dedication that you have to your clients. So again, really big kudos to you.
Thank you.
Before we close out, most importantly, please let the listeners know the best way to contact you if they're interested in partnering, looking for work, or just looking to get some cleaning within their home.
Call 657-455-2667. You can call or text that one, or you can reach me at info@m2scleaningservices.com. Oh my God, you call me night and day. So it's no reason why you don't get in contact with me.
Okay, and y'all better call her, okay? Because listen, if I was in Atlanta right now, I'd be getting in contact.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Come on.
Just so
Come
I
on
can
to
talk
Atlanta.
to you. Look, I only got a couple crumbs on the cabinet, but come on over, girl. Let's have a
Yes.
conversation.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes. So again, thank you so much for sharing your story today with us, Candace. We will make sure that we continue to follow up with you, continue to build that rapport and relationship with your company, and just really continue to go on this journey with you and see you continue to grow and reach new heights within M2S Cleaning Services. So
Thank you so
until
much.
then, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and we will be
Thanks.
catching up again real soon.
Yes, ma'am. Same to you. Have a wonderful day.